Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Crystal. In today's video I'm going to be doing a full day try on review of the new foundation from Maybelline. It is the Dream Satin Liquid Foundation Hydrating Serum, and I'm going to be wearing it all day and doing a whole day of seeing how it wears and then, you know, giving you guys my thoughts and my opinion on it. So if you want to watch this and see the foundation, then please keep watching. Also, please subscribe if you haven't already, if you like me and like my videos. And also, please follow me on my social medias. They are linked in the bottom below, description below. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so I just got out of the shower and I have some things to do today, so I figured I would go ahead and do a foundation review video. So today's foundation that I'm going to be trying out today, I'm going to wear it all day long, and do some check-ins with you guys and let you know how it goes. So today's foundation review is for the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid foundation and hydrating serum. I have the shade 20 Classic Ivory, and I ordered this foundation off of Amazon. I had to pre-order it, and it took like 2 weeks to get to my home. So I thought that I haven't seen anybody review this foundation yet, and it intrigued me. First time I heard about it was on Instagram when I saw it on Trend Mood that it was going to be coming out, but there was no actual set date. So I went to the Maybelline Instagram to see, and they said sometime in June it would be released. And it's now July, so I hadn't seen anything, and then so I went on to Amazon and I saw it there, and so I just pre-ordered it. It costed me like $8.99, I believe. I'm going to go ahead and go onto Amazon to my purchase of what I paid for it and everything, so that you guys know, and see if it says anything about this foundation. So it says, so this is it right here. So the description of this foundation, it says, achieve the look of completely poreless skin with a smooth airbrushed finish, lightweight and breathable. This up to 16-hour wear liquid foundation delivers cake-free, full coverage that moisturizes all day, dermatologist tested, allergy tested, non-comedogenic, ideal for normal skin, suitable for sensitive skin. And that's all it says about it. So it doesn't really say how much it is. It says new from other sellers for $8.96, but other than that it doesn't say how much it was. But I believe I paid like $8.99 for it. So I'm going to go ahead and, like how I wear my foundation all the time, is I always apply a primer. So for today's look I'm going to do that same thing. I've washed my face. The only thing I have not done is moisturize. So the first thing I'm going to apply is my this stuff, and this is the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair Moisturizer with sunscreen, broad spectrum FPS 30, because lately my skin has been dry. So the type of skin that I have usually is normal to dry or normal to oily lately. I do have some breakouts from traveling, so let's see how this covers them. Okay, so now that's all rubbed in, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that on my neck as well, just so that, because it's very hot here in Nevada and humid lately. The reason why it's normal, we normally don't have humid summers. We have more like a dry summer where I'm at in northern Nevada. But the reason why we're having a humid summer so far is because there's a fire in California that is very close to here, and it is causing us to have lots of humidity. which really sucks, and it sucks that the fire is even going on. I guess it's burning a town up and everything. My husband used to be on the a fire, it was a first response to feed the firefighters. He no longer works there. Now he is just a truck driver, but he still drives their trucks for them once in a while when he's able to. And I guess it's a really massive fire that's burning a whole town. It's really, really sad. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply the primer, and today's primer I'm using is the Maybelline Master Prime by Face Studio, and I have the Blur and Smooth one. This is actually new. I have not used this at all, so we're going to also see how this goes as well. So yeah, it's brand new. I haven't opened it. I've had it for a minute, but I just have not opened it because I have other primers that I've been using. So it's a white consistency. I think that should be enough. Hopefully. We'll go ahead and see. I'm going to put it right in here where my pores are. I'm not going to use it all over the face because we have that moisturizer on. And in some areas I want to see how well it holds up without a primer. Usually I'll put primer all over my face, but today, for today's video, I'm just going to put this primer where all my pores are, since it says blurring and smoothing. And then I'm going to take a little bit under where my some of my wrinkles are, just to see how well it smooths. I need a little bit more on the other side, and down my nose. If you can hear like a fan, it's my little tiny air conditioner, and I'm sorry, I have to have it because it's so hot. So this, I don't know if this has, yeah, it has the methicone. This feels not like, this feels more moisturizing than your typical pore filling primers like the Benefit one or the Smashbox one. I like, this feels more like a lotiony feel. It did kind of blur my pores, so yeah. Alright, to do is I like to take the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Spray and just spray my face, just give me a little bit extra moisture. And I like to kind of tap with my fingers, just a little bit. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get into the foundation. I'm going to use the Beauty Blender on one side of my face, and then I'm going to use my favorite foundation brush, which is the Morphe M444, which looks like this. So I'm going to use the brush on one side and the Beauty Blender on the other, see what is the best application process. And I'm just going to take this, and the other thing is this does not have a lid, but it does lock into place. So the only thing, I don't know if I would travel with this because it is a glass bottle, so I probably wouldn't. I like to travel with your squeeze tubes and stuff just for safety reasons. But I do like the fact that it does lock, because there is some foundations that, you know, it could make a mess actually if you don't have a lid. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply some of that on the back of my hand. So this is the shade, what it looks like. I'll go ahead and take just a little bit on the other side and kind of give you a swatch. So that's what the shade Classic Ivory looks like. It's a little bit dark for ivory. And then I'm just going to tap on this side of my face with my finger. And I'm going to go ahead and spray my Beauty Blender with the MAC Fix Plus. Squeeze it with my hand a little bit. It's not super wet, it's just damp. And I'm going to go ahead and smooth this into my skin. So it does match my skin, which is good. So that's one side of my face. It's really light coverage. It is a little bit tacky, not super like sticky, but I can feel where it's a little bit wet still. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some more on the other side of my face. Now I'm going to take the Morphe brush and just see how well it works. And instead of like buffing, I always take my foundation down. So that's what it looked like on my other side with the brush. I do feel like you get more full coverage with the brush, but it kind of, I can still see my freckles, I can still see my imperfections. So the first layer is not much of a full coverage. See if we can get more full coverage. I'm looking in the mirror and I've added a second layer and I'm not seeing a complete full coverage. So I would say this is more of a medium coverage. I don't want to add any more because I don't want it to get like really super cakey. But this side is my Beauty Blender side, so you could see it didn't really cover my zit here or there or there. It is fuller on this side that I used the brush on. Streaks, I like that, and I think it looks very pretty on my skin. I am not super worried about the breakout. I can always cover that with concealer, but I think it's a good match for my skin tone. My tan is kind of fading. I did have a tan, but it's kind of fading a little bit, so it is a little bit more. Get this freaking hair off me. My hair is shedding. But anyways, I think it's kind of a little bit darker than my skin tone, but it kind of matches my arms, so that's good as well. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead, go off camera and apply the rest of my products, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is what the finished look looks like. So I went ahead and I for my eyeshadows I used the Norvina eyeshadow palette from Anastasia, which my review will be up soon for this palette, and I used the shades Base, Incense, and then Volatile as well, and then Summer. And that's the shades that I used on my eyes. And then for my mascara and eyeliner and brows, I used for my brows the Anastasia Dip Brow in Ash Brown for my brows. And then for my mascara, I used the Urban Decay Perversion Bigger Blacker Badder Lash Mascara. For eyeliner, I used the Ofra Black eyeliner. And then on my lips, I used the Anastasia Liquid Lipstick in Ashton. And then for powders and concealer, I used the Peach Perfect translucent powder for under my eyes and my nose and everywhere. I used concealer, and then my concealer I used was the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer in the shade Light Ivory. And then I also used their Wet n Wild powder for the rest of my face in Natural Buff. Then I also, and I don't have it here, I put it up for my blush. I used from Flower Beauty Hibiscus for my blush. For my highlight, I used the Makeup Revolution in Radiant, Shimmer Brick and Radiant, and I just stayed in with this area. And then for bronzer, I used the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Matte Bronzer in Medium Deep. And that's everything that I used on my face. So I am going to tell you what time. I'm just going to call this the first check-in. And as I've been sitting here doing all that stuff, it's looking pretty good, even with the powders and stuff. So I do see a little bit of, I don't know if it's because of my highlight, but a little bit of this is kind of coming off a little bit. So it is 4:42 p.m. I will come back in a couple hours and check in and let you know how the foundation is going. So, see you later. I'm now back from the grocery store and stuff and doing all my other errands and stuff that I need to do. Today it is 7:47 p.m. So I started this at 4:42 p.m. Got a little bit of a late start today. So that's been on for about 4 hours. I've had this on. So this is what it looks like on my skin. I'll go ahead and get a little bit closer. So this is the side where I applied the foundation with the brush. And then this is the side that I applied with the Beauty Blender. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a mirror and see how well it's wearing. So far it's kind of lost a little bit right in this area on my nose and then right here where I wear my glasses. But so far, and a little bit right here. Usually when I wear foundation, it wears right here and always on my nose. That's where I'm more oily at. But so far, so good. I can see that this isn't really covered anymore with the concealer, so the concealer got off, or came off. Then under my eyes, the concealer's a little bit off as well, but we're not really reviewing that. The eyeshadows, everything is going good. The liquid lip is kind of coming off right here. But the foundation looks good. When I was in my car, I looked in the mirror, the car mirror, just to see how it looked, and it actually looked a lot more fuller coverage than what it did when I first applied it. So, and it actually matches my skin tone a lot more than what I thought. So if you ever like are kind of guessing about if your foundation matches or whatnot, always go to your car during the day and look, and it's a really good teller. But so far so good. It's still a little bit sticky, but I don't know if that's just because of sweat from being outside. But so far so good. I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna go ahead and eat, and then I'm going to wear it for a couple more hours, and then I will do my final check-in. So right now it is 7:50, and I will be back in a couple hours and give you all my final thoughts. Hey guys, so now it is the final check-in and the end of this video. So it is now 10:24 p.m. I just want to wash this makeup off, put a mask on, and call it a night. I am extremely exhausted. I don't know what the heck. I usually am not this tired at this time. I usually am a very night owl where I stay up till 2 in the morning most of the time. But for some odd reason, I'm just really exhausted. I don't know if it's probably because of the weather, because it's been really humid and hot here, and normally we don't have hot and humid summers at all. We have hot summers where I live, but we don't have humidity. We always have a dry heat summer. So I think it's from, like I said in the beginning of my video, I think it's from the fire that's going on in California that's making it so hot here. So I have some thoughts for you, and I'm going to let you know what they are. So earlier I was looking in the mirror at this foundation that I'm wearing, you know, and I saw some splotchiness everywhere. So it has came off of my nose in some weird spots, like right here and right here, but then it has foundation right in here, and then of course where my glasses are, and then it's doing the same thing on my chin and around my mouth. and it's just kind of doing it all over my face where it's like splotchy in some areas where there's some foundation left and then other areas there's not. So it's breaking down really, really fast. I don't know if it's because I'm more oily today because of the humidity and how hot it is, or if it's the foundation. It also could be my primer, it also could be the moisturizer that I used. But I have used this moisturizer with other foundations and have not got that before, so I don't know. I think maybe next time I'll try it without using this and just using the primer or a different primer to see how well it goes. So my overall thoughts are, I do like the foundation. It does feel a little bit wet still, even though I set it with powder, but it's not like a sticky, tacky wet. But it's just like kind of where it doesn't want to fully dry down, where it's going to be a little bit more dewier than your typical normal foundation that Maybelline has. Like their new one, I have it in my foundation thing. I forget what it's called. It's the full coverage 24-hour long wear foundation that they just came out with. Now that one lasts a lot longer than this one. Do I think that the claims of this being a full coverage foundation, do I believe that? No, I don't. I did notice in my mirror in my car that it matched my skin more than what I thought in the beginning of the video, so that's a good thing. And it did look a little bit more fuller in that mirror, but as times go on, it's getting less full coverage, so it is wearing down a lot. I'm not sure if I like that about it, because I am a full coverage type of girl where I like long wearing foundations. I wear Kat Von D foundation, I've worn Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I really like that type of foundation. Kat Von D foundation used to be my ultimate favorite full coverage foundation, but as time has gone by, I have like my other favorite full coverage foundations are like from Too Faced and Make a Revolution and stuff like that. So that one's not as much as my favorite anymore. Do I still like that foundation? Yes, I do, but I've came to love other foundations. So what I want to do is I'm going to wear this foundation a little bit more, and then in a favorites video I'll give you guys an update of whether I liked it or if I hated it, and then that will be more so of a better review for you guys, because wearing it one day isn't really the greatest, because sometimes foundation can work great the first day and terrible the next. So that's my thoughts on that. What else was I gonna say? My other thoughts on it is I think that this would be a good foundation for dry skin, because it does not seem to cling to any of my dry patches at all, which is really, really nice, because I tend to have that issue with foundations lately because of my skin being more drier than it is normally. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end the video here, otherwise I'll just keep rambling on. So I hope that you guys liked this video. I hope that it was enjoyable to watch, and if you did like this video and you do like my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up as well. Also in the comments, please tell me what other foundations that you would like me to review, because I want to do a foundation review once a month so on my channel. So if there's any other foundations that you're looking at and you have the same skin tone as me and maybe the same skin type, then please comment and tell me what those foundations are, because I could possibly have them and I also could purchase them as well. So anyways, I hope that you are had a beautiful weekend and that you will have a beautiful week as well. And until next time, I will catch you later. Have a beautiful day. Bye.